Aotearoa, and welcome to Tuesday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect New Zealand. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz. And today we lead with news. It's becoming clearer that Iran holds the cards in the economic aspects of the Middle East conflict. Pointedly, so far no one, not China, Japan nor NATO, has responded positively to Trump's call for naval help. Meanwhile, in the US, even though crude prices retreated somewhat today, retail petrol prices there are up 0.5% today from yesterday, up 7% in a week, up 27% in a month. Away from Trump's war, American industrial production rose in February, but by far less than in January, and that was enough to reduce the January year-on-year gain of 2.3% to a February equivalent of just 1.4%. This is a sharpish slowing, and wasn't the expected 2.1% gain. It was their smallest month-on-month rise in 6 months. And the New York Fed's Empire State Factory Survey suggests that it may have gotten worse in March. That survey did not grow, and that was not expected. It came in with a steady 0.2% dip when a 3.2% rise was expected. New order growth disappointed. Meanwhile, the NAHB Sentiment Survey of home builders held steady at a good level, as expected, but they're worried about the growing discounting required to maintain sales. In Canada, they reported a lower February CPI rate of 1.8%, with their core inflation rate at 2.3%, both less than in January. And Canada also reported housing starts, which rose from January, maintaining a good level and about the average level over the past 5 years. But they were 13.7% higher than year-ago levels, and actually their second-best February ever. And the Bank of Canada meets next on Thursday, and no change to its 2.25 policy rate is anticipated. Across the Pacific, China's new home sales across 70 cities dropped 3.2% year-on-year in February, following a 3.1% decline in the previous month. Shanghai was the outlier with higher prices. But for house resales, nothing is rising, even in Shanghai, which was down 6.5% for the year. Some are down almost 10%. But China's February retail surprised to the upside, rising 2.8%, and much better than January's 0.9% gain. China's industrial production came in much better as well, and much better than expected, up 6.3% and well above the 5.1% expected and the 5.2% in the prior period. And Beijing is pushing through pay reform for middle managers at state-owned banks, and it is turning out to be far more brutal than those managers expected. Many are seeing their pay cut steeply, especially bonuses, and there's a retroactive aspect to it as well, applying to their 2024 bonuses. Separately, India said exports held steady in February, although its imports fell, allowing it to report a smaller trade deficit. Later today, the Australian Central Bank will review its cash rate target settings with a backdrop of high and rising inflation before the Middle East war started. The RBA is the first central bank of at least 9 this week to review monetary policy in these changed circumstances. Markets have priced in a 2/3 chance of a 25 basis points rate hike. Most analysts have come to the view it is the likely result too. The RBA is prioritising its inflation-fighting mandate, they expect. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now just on 4.23%, down 5 basis points from yesterday at this time. And the price of gold will start today down another $34 from yesterday at $4,984 an ounce. Silver is holding at $80.50 an ounce. American oil prices are down $3.50 at just under $95.50 a barrel, while the international Brent price is down $1 at just under $102 a barrel. The Straits of Hormuz remain a no-go area for most, with the situation still extremely unstable. And the Kiwi dollar has risen today, up 70 basis points against the US dollar from yesterday, now just over 58.5 US cents. Against the Aussie, we're up 20 basis points at 82.9 Australian cents. We're up 10 basis points against the yen. Against the euro, we're up 30 basis points at 50.9 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today up 60 basis points at just under 62.2. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $73,762 and up 3.5% from yesterday. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been moderate at just under plus or minus 2.3%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.